Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I feel very humbled to come to Kyoto University, which has produced 6 Nobel Prize winners in chemistry and physics. And I have deep gratitude to Professor Tanabe to invite me to join his research group for 4 months. I find the research group very friendly, vivacious, warm, as well as strong in science. So it is a great pleasure to be here. Professor Fujita, thank you for arranging this presentation. Yeah. Well, I don't know whether I should apologize for not talking about spectroscopy, but there we are. We are Ultrarunning, and let's kick it off. The presentation will have the following contents. We'll say what is ultrarunning, how to define it. Then discuss how athletes can get better performance and how their performance changes with time. The body mass index is something we need to think about if we are going to get fit and healthy. How to start running. If you're not running now, well, it's never too late. I didn't start until I was 40, so you've got plenty of time to start running. That's a good thing, how to run faster. It's not what you think to do, but we'll have a few tips about that. Edith, my friend, gives some genre of running, and then I go through my personal recollections of some races that I took part in. Finally, I want to answer the question, why? Why are we so crazy, as my wife said? You're really stupid to take part in a 24-hour race. Why are you doing this? So I give some reasons. And then my favorites, my icons, the people I look up to really inspire me. So as a teacher, you know, teachers love to have quizzes and examinations. So that's how I'm going to start off. So who is this? Ah, we love quiz, yes. No? Really? David Beckham, oh, you don't know. He would be very offended. This one maybe. Try another one. This one? Gosh, are you a sportsman? Basketball? Kobe Bryant, there we are, Kobe Bryant. Surely you know this one. Messi, of course, Lionel Messi. Kobayashi, where's Kobayashi? Roger Federer, yeah. This one? Maybe not so familiar, I don't know. Let's see how they earn. I took these figures from various websites. They're only indicative. I don't think they tell the whole story. But certainly we can see Beckham is on about $30 million a year. My friend here, Kouros, I don't know. I don't think he even made 1 million. But Federer certainly does, and Kobe Bryant and Messi, they are really rich guys. So who's this guy? To me, he's the top of them all. He's the #1 sportsman here, but he's not rich. He's got 160 world records. If you run anything more than about 100 kilometers, he's got the record. He's got the record for 1,000 miles road race, 10 days. He said to his wife, I'm just going out to a race. I'll see you 10 days later, okay? He's got the record for anything you can name, 24 hours, 12 hours, track or road. Phenomenal, but he's not very well known. This is not a high impact sport in the media. He says, when other people get tired, they stop. I don't. I take over my body with my mind. I tell it that it's not tired, and it listens. Now, I tried that, but it said, oh, shut up, I'm tired. It's no good for me, but it works for him. He's really the top. He says mental experience is more important than physical speed, but oh my, he's also got physical speed. His training is not tough. 12-kilometer workouts, you can run that in an hour. When he does a 6-day race, his intakes are phenomenal. The calories that he's taking in the first day, 15,000 calories, and the second day, a lot. But in those 6 days, he only sleeps in total for 2.5 hours. He takes breaks, 15-minute power nap, and then he goes back to run in 6 days, 2.5 hours sleep. He's about 10% higher than any other athlete in the last 30 or 40 years. You can tell by the results from Spartathlon, which is the 246-kilometer race from Athens to Sparta. He's run it in about 20 hours. And he ran it again a few years later, and later in 20 hours. These are the champions. And you can see that the nearest time to his is about 23 hours. So he's really about 10% better than anyone else. It's amazing. Well, what is ultrarunning? And again, as a teacher, if you want to find something out, it's Google or Wiki. So we go to Wiki here, and we take the definition. An ultramarathon, also called ultra-distance, is any sporting event involving running and walking longer than the traditional marathon length of 42.195 kilometers. That's what Wiki will say. Anything longer than a marathon, we call it an ultramarathon. What does Kouros say? What does he say in his blogs? He's got many, many blogs, and he writes about all sorts of things. He's got a degree in music. He writes poetry, so we must listen to him. I won't take you through all of this, but just somewhere to the end, a runner has to face the whole spectrum of daytime and nighttime and be able to continue. Doing so, he or she will prove that she can go beyond the effectiveness of genetic gifts and fitness level, because those elements will have gone from the duration of time and the muscular exhaustion. So an ultramarathon is something about mind over matter. It's not to do with the distance. Here he is again. When one runs 45, 50, or even 100 kilometers, for me, that's not an ultra runner, no. When you surpass not the 100 kilometers, but the 100 miles mark, that's over 12 or 24 hours. That's the point when you show you are a unique human being, when your mind can take over from your body. And his body would listen, yes. Well, if you want to take part in some of these races, here you are. There's this year I followed a 6-day race, and the winner almost looked at one stage as though he was going to break 1,000 kilometers. But on the last day, he tired, and he finished at 975 kilometers in 6 days. You know, the second runner was 150 kilometers behind. Incredible. He won by 150 kilometers. Wow. So I followed that every day. It was quite interesting. One of the most famous ultras is from Athens to Sparta, and that is going up an elevation of more than 1,000 meters. So it's quite hilly and parts are quite rough. It's a very tough ultra race. Then there is the Trans-Europe race. Sometimes it went from south of Italy up to Hamburg in Germany. Wow. This time it's going from Scotland to Spain. 4,000 kilometers in 64 stages. You can join it next time, okay? Mind you, it's quite expensive to join this because you have to pay for your tent. Well, if you can't join those, surely you can join the Ultra Trail Mount Fuji, 160K with certain time limits. And a lot of runners do, 800 or 1,200 runners are joining this race. So it's very popular.